Hey, everybody, we're back. Just like that. 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Time to Derby. We better look over some rosters. Let's do that real quick. Let's go over here. Team 1. Lehigh Valley All-Stars will be represented today by 1018 Misery Machine, 13 Sylvestre Shalom, Sasquatch 1851, Bunsen Burner 303, A Graceful Dread 32, Slamtana 57, Lynn Diesel 66, Pin Pushin' number 8, MJ Slammer 932, Becken Hater 108, Dolly Voodoo will be wearing 15, Hustle Puff 25, Helen DeRink 31, Wayward Stay 53, Thompson 612, Barbed Wire is 707, and Greaves is 926. Let's take a look. On the opposite side, we have the Connecticut All-Stars. Nautical Vial, number 10, Lace, 113. Lady Trampler, 2006. Kilty Pleasure, 24. Puke Skywalker, 30. I just have to say that name like that every time. I don't know why, but I just have to. Agenda, 337. 362, Natty Lightweight. 53, Your Mom. 86, See Maya Rage. 110, Luciana Pulverati. 1921, Crazy Legs Nikki. 23, Philly Cheese Skates. Parker Poison wearing number 3. Eleanor Bruisevelt, 33. Sin and Sonic, 340. Number 4 is Black Cherry, 812, Magically Malicious. And Skjoren Kierkegaard, 89. And just like that, we're almost ready for more Derby. I'll be joined shortly by Bounty. Bounty's going to be the one talking to you most of the time today, which is great because Bounty is, I just feel like Bounty is way better than me. Bounty's pretty damn awesome. Thanks for tuning in. With 28 seconds, I do want to give a shout out. That is to our production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom sewn-to-order legwear for teams and individuals. Size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopath also offers dozens of armband and helmet cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details. Starting us off will be Sasquatch and Lady Trampler. Lehigh Valley All-Stars are in white. Connecticut All-Stars are in pink. And we're underway. Just like that, we're underway. More Derby, and it's Lady Trampler who takes the lead jammer designation coming out of turn 2. Lehigh Valley will try to effort their jammer out, and they do. However, it's a scoring opportunity for Lady Trampler. Moving through quickly is Sasquatch. Might not have made that initial pass clear. I thought Sasquatch got through a little bit faster, but did not. 4 points for Connecticut All-Stars. Hey, here comes Bounty. Bounty, did you get a new... Is this a new shirt? This Halifax Harbor Grudges shirt?
Hey, yes, this is.
Oh, damn, that's fantastic.
The Harbor Grudges made this for me in January.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've never played with the Harbor Grudges, but I like them a lot. I'm glad they're here, and I'm glad they're a WFTDA team now.
Yes, that's fantastic. And they've had so many games under their belts already this year.
Yes.
See Maya Rage is our lead jammer right now for Connecticut. And then MJ Slammer is trying to get it out cleanly, but did not pick up a track cut.
So, Power Jam for Connecticut. I'm not sure. Do you have the roster?
No, you're going to have to guess as to everybody.
No.
Just kidding. I have one here somewhere.
I guess it is on their names.
Here's the problem is I have so many rosters that I actually don't know which one I'm supposed to be using. I think that's it.
It looks like there's actually a jammer switcheroo in the box. So this jam is going to go for the whole 2 minutes. And it looks like See Maya Rage is on their second scoring pass, while MJ Slammer is still on their initial pass, I believe.
Now, you at home, you could not see this, but I just made a hook shot
Oh, no, 4
about
points.
8 feet away into a trash can with a piece of paper.
Sweet.
Yeah, I did it behind your back. Yeah,
Oh, my goodness.
It was amazing. Sorry, roller derby's happening here.
Yes. Oh, and it looks like the Lehigh Valley Jammer picks up a second penalty. So a track cut penalty goes to MJ Slamher for a second penalty. They will serve 30 seconds for that penalty. And the jam will continue on for 20 seconds. MJ Slamher in the box. See Maya Rage still scoring points. Also going back to the box. So another jammer switcheroo. That's pretty rare.
Wow.
2 jammer penalties for both sides in 1 jam. And that's it. It looks like the Connecticut jammer incidentally gets frozen in the box. And Lehigh Valley will start with a short power start to begin the 3rd jam of the game. The score is 18 points for Connecticut and 8 points for Lehigh Valley.
Now, I have a score update that may interest you.
Oh.
So Central Maine Derby won 314 to 190 over the Boston Common.
Whoa.
And ended the game with only, I believe, 6 players. Everybody else had fouled out.
For Central Maine?
Yep.
That is very uncommon for Central Maine.
Yep.
Wow. And a lot of derby sometimes is there's different reffing styles regionally and different, I want to say, I don't know, just different styles, different things considered penalty worthy or not. And so sounds like we saw this here. And after receiving the star, the pivot from Connecticut goes ahead and knocks the Lehigh Valley Jammer off of the track, but Lehigh scores 4 points, and Connecticut is held at 0 for an 18-12 score. Now that's a great, like in the flat track rankings, that's a great score for Central Maine Derby.
Yes, yeah.
How many players did Central Maine start with?
I don't know. I'm going to guess it wasn't a lot to start with. Maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of
10,
11.
11.
Yeah, 10, 11.
I know when Central Maine travels, and I know this from guest coaching them occasionally, they sometimes prefer to have a shorter bench like that so they can know what lines are going out and they kind of mesh together easier with a smaller bench. But speaking of derby, Lehigh Valley's jammer is lead, number 707, Barb Dwyer. Barb gets some points, calls it off, looks like 3 points, and now we have a 3-point game.
I wouldn't mind seeing another overtime jam or two.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I know that Connecticut is ranked 108, Lehigh Valley is ranked 102. So technically, according to the rankings, this is like kind of like a D3 playoff with all the closely ranked teams.
I love it.
WFTDA, hashtag WFTDA. You guys should sponsor this next year. D3 playoffs. Northeast D3 playoffs. Hashtag talk to WFTDA.
Although if you use that hashtag right now, I don't know that anyone's going to answer you.
No.
They're all busy.
And plus, I didn't write it. I just said hashtag
Yeah, that's true.
But it looks like the Connecticut jammer, number 86, who is See My Rage, is lead. After working for about 35 seconds to get through. And getting through for Lehigh Valley is 1851. Sasquatch. Jam is called off. 4 points for Connecticut. Score is 22-15.
Now, you can tell me what you think about this, but I was having a conversation earlier off camera, off game. I feel like the density of tournaments per teams in the Northeast has greatly increased this year.
Yeah, I think that's true, and I think it's a lot of that is opportunities for teams ranked between 80 and 200. So the more opportunities they have, and maybe they're 8 to 10 hours away, you travel that far, you get to play 3 games at least, kind of makes it worth it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what the longevity of these tournaments do to the level of roller derby being played in the Northeast.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the experience and all that could do nothing but really help everybody. But with that call off, the score is 26-15 for the Connecticut All-Stars. Speaking from experience, the Connecticut blockers are very, very strong. Jammers are very jukey. It's looking like Lehigh Valley is no slouch of a team either in the blocker and jammer side too. So 2 leads in a row for Connecticut. We'll see if Lehigh Valley can break that streak here. Hustle Puff is pushing the front of the pack, but Kilty Pleasure is lead for Connecticut. And it looks like Hustle Puff is headed to the box. So Kilty Pleasure is on a power jam.
Yeah,
Kilty Pleasure is now headed to the box for another jammer do-si-do. But 3 lead jammer statuses in a row for Connecticut. Hustle Puff is back on track, working on their initial pass.
Oh, excellent job around the corner.
Yes. Toeing the line, making it through on their scoring pass now. And Kilty Pleasure, it's the first jammer to put points up on the board, scoring 4 points. Hustle Puff is still making their way through and is headed back to the box. So now a second power jam opportunity for Kilty Pleasure, coming around for their 3rd scoring pass.
Nice work on the outside by
again.
Kilty Pleasure.
Yes.
Now I'm noticing, so we have at the very least 2 skaters for Connecticut that are wearing shin guards.
I think that's a good move.
Yeah.
So like a Braun Swanson type move.
Yeah.
So that ends up washing out with a 16-point jam for the Connecticut All-Stars and a 4-point jam for Lehigh Valley All-Stars, bringing that score to 42 for Connecticut and 19 for Lehigh. And I can tell you from insider information that Lehigh was very interested in playing Connecticut this season. So I'm glad that this matchup could happen here at Foire de Noir. I don't think I said that right.
I think it's Nor.
La Foire de Noir?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, yeah. Because it's like Nordiques.
Yes.
N-O-R-D is Nor, and then
An excellent team that should come back
should come back.
to the NHL? Is that what it is?
That was an NHL team. They were moved, unfortunately,
Oh, okay.
just as they were beginning to really turn up the heat and become a great team.
C. Maya Rage is through to score, and also through to score some points, it looks like, was the Lehigh Valley jammer scoring barbed wire. So 3 points for Lehigh Valley, 4 points for Connecticut All-Stars, and that leaves the score at 46-22. So now, towing line, we have Sasquatch for Lehigh Valley versus number 4 for Connecticut, Black Cherry. And I'd be interested to know the origins of the Black Cherry Derby name. Like maybe they like black cherries or black cherry flavor.
Or the tree.
Or the what? Oh, there's
the tree,
a black cherry
black
tree?
cherry tree, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Sometimes you can find knots in the tree and you can make bowls out of them.
Oh, wow.
I don't do woodworking, but somehow I know that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Still no lead jammer status, and now it's awarded to Black Cherry. Speaking of the tree.
Maybe we did that. Maybe that was us.
But Black Cherry, as quickly as they got lead jammer, is enveloped back into the tripod of Lehigh Valley. Still working through those blockers.
Yeah, Lynn Diesel up front. Lynn Diesel is a blocker to watch. Absolutely a pleasure to see them hammering through.
Are they a battle of the All-Stars?
I don't know.
Wow,
if they
nice
were
duck
or
by
not.
Black Cherry there on the outside to evade the hit from the Lehigh Valley blocker. Making it through is our Lehigh Valley jammer, receiving some jammer on jammer action from Black Cherry. Black Cherry looking like they're going to try to score a point before calling it off. Score all 4 points before calling it off. And going to continue on. So we have Black Cherry with 8 points. And Sasquatch working on their first scoring pass as well. Sasquatch is through. Black Cherry getting the information from her friends and calling it for a 12-4 jam. Those are popular. I like those 12-4 points.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't make it around in time to stop the other jammer from scoring, might as well keep going. Might as well keep going till, they make it through for those 4 points.
Yeah, there you go. Lehigh Valley is one of those teams where I find myself looking over the roster and I'm like, I feel like I know a lot about this team, and it's mostly because of Battle of the All-Stars, and Kent the Politician always has so much information about them. I think I've just sort of learned by proximity with Kent.
Oh, there we go. And Lehigh Valley played Oslo earlier. I think they were the closest mathematically to Oslo so far this weekend of any team. Ooh. Still don't have a lead. Now we do. Number 2006 Lady Trampler from Connecticut up against MJ Slammer, who takes off the helmet cover, stashes, keeps it. Lady Trampler through, calls it for 4 points. I'm going to say that I like Connecticut's jammer rotation. I like how they have like strong, pushy jammers, and then they mix that up with some like jukey, smaller jammers, and then like quicker, pushier jammers. Like, it's a very diverse jammer rotation, it seems like. Oh, Ape-Face Killer has told us it's because she's sweet, but her heart is black. That's
right.
our explanation for Black Cherry. Thank you, Ape-Face Killer.
Now, another observation that doesn't really have much to do with anything, but I noticed Connecticut seems to prefer the hockey helmet over a standard like an S1 helmet, or at least maybe not completely prefers, but I see a much higher percentage
I
of
see at least
Bauer.
5.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned it. 6. I see 6. And I see one visor helmet that's not a hockey helmet. So yeah, I wonder if those people have hockey backgrounds. 7. I see 7.
It's almost a giveaway, isn't it? Sometimes. It's not all the time, but you can tell that person who's more comfortable in a hockey helmet.
Yeah. Right, so now we have number 8-6 for Connecticut. That is C. Maya Rage up against number 1-5 for Lehigh, Dolly Voodoo. I don't know if I've seen Dolly Voodoo jam yet, but I haven't had the best attention span, to be honest.
I don't think we have.
Dolly Voodoo pushed to the inside, and C. Maya Rage grabbing lead jammer status.
And that was, I think it was Crazy Legs Nikki, 1921. I believe it was really doing a lot of offensive blocking.
Yes.
Yes.
That looked good. Voodoo's through 2. C. Maya Rage says, that's good enough. 4 points brings our score to to 66 to 26. Next up jamming, we have Barb Dwyer from Lehigh Valley up against number 4, Black Cherry for Connecticut. And Black Cherry grabs lead. Barb Dwyer still working. Black Cherry has a great way of just slicing her hips up through between two blockers to score some points right off in their initial hit. And it looks like the bench is telling Black Cherry to continue on. Barb Dwyer is through, coming through, try to score some points. Black Cherry says that's good. 3 points for Connecticut to make it 7 for that jam, 73 to 26.
We're already halfway through the first half.
Wow, that went fast. Maybe it's because I showed up late.
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't have to do the hard work of like announcing the rosters.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
All right. Looks like we have Lady Trampler from Connecticut up against Sasquatch from Lehigh Valley. Lady Trampler has lead. Right behind her is Sasquatch. Approaching the pack. See what happens.
Whoa.
Oh, a beautiful apex jump by Lady Trampler. Grabs her all 4 points. Holds Sasquatch scoreless.
Let's see if we can see that on the replay. Yeah, we can.
Boom.
Look at that. Avoids the step back.
Jammer goals.
And in that replay, up in the balcony, you can see her little baby up there.
Oh, right in the corner. Hanging out with her daddy. Oh, lead jammer grabbed by MJ Slamher from Lehigh Valley. First lead jammer in quite a while for Lehigh Valley. The pass goes to the pivot, and that is Crazy Leg Nikki, I believe. 4 points grabbed quickly by MJ Slamher. Looks like MJ is going to keep the jam running.
And it is Crazy Legs who has the star now. Won't get a chance to score.
So that was a 4-4 jam. Crazy Legs had the very sneaky pass and got through for 4 points very quickly. So, but considering the differential, I believe that was worth the risk for Lehigh Valley to try to get themselves back in there. So 81 for Connecticut All-Stars and Lehigh Valley at 30. And here we have number 4 Black Cherry for Connecticut up against Hustle Puff from Lehigh Valley. Black Cherry has 1 blocker to beat. She does. Lead jammer goes to Black Cherry. Hustle Puff still working. Has 2 blockers left from Connecticut. 1 blocker left. Vial makes it through. Black Cherry through scoring. Looks like they received 4 points. And it looks like there's some question about whether another point was scored or not. And that brings our score to 85 for the Connecticut All-Stars and 30 for the Lehigh Valley All-Stars, all the All-Stars. Now we have Lady Trampler up against Barb Dwyer. Lady Trampler right up the outside. Barb Dwyer still caught up in the pack. Lady Trampler coming around on their scoring pass. And Barb Dwyer makes it through. And it looks like the bench is telling Connecticut to run it to try to get some of those blockers out of the box. So Barbed Wire coming through to score, grabs all 4 points. Lady Trampler still caught up in the pack. One jammer returns from the box. It is called, and it's washed out as a 6-4 jam in favor of the Connecticut All-Stars. At the start of this jam, there is a 4-3 pack advantage for Lehigh Valley. See if they can take advantage of that advantage. And it looks like we have C. Meyer Age from Connecticut up against Sasquatch from Lehigh Valley. Sasquatch working. Brought out and drawn back by number 5-3, your mom. And C. Meyer Rage grabs lead jammer. Sasquatch with 1 to beat. It's drawn back. Removes the helmet cover. Keeps working that inside line. Nice line work there by Sasquatch. C. Meyer Rage scoring points. And decides that'll be good. 3 points picked up by C. Meyer Age, bringing the Connecticut All-Stars to 94 and Lehigh Valley All-Stars to 34. Next up, we have Black Cherry jamming against number 932, MJ Slammer from Lehigh Valley. A lot of times I cheat by looking at the scoreboard, but this time I had time. Didn't have to cheat.
That's okay.
Black Cherry working the outside, switching to the inside, grabbing lead jammer status. Quarter track behind is MJ Slammer. Black Cherry looks like they're gonna go for the apex jump. Not sure if they landed it. They did. Grabbed all 4 points. 4-0 jam, 98 for the Connecticut All-Stars and Lehigh Valley with 34.
See, there's almost a little bit of assistance here by number 10.
Yeah.
You watch this.
They're
so
like,
it gets a little tangled up here.
Says, I know what you're doing here.
It was a great read.
Hey, teammate. I feel like you should jump the apex. Barbed Wire from Lehigh Valley is up against Lady Trampler from Connecticut. I feel like this is a common match. Oh, and grabbing lead is Barbed Wire from Lehigh Valley. Still in the pack is Lady Trampler. Working on the last 2 blockers. Little hop on the inside, makes it through. Barbed Wire, still pushing. Gets the call to call and receives 1 point. So a 1 point jam for Lehigh versus 0 for Connecticut All-Stars. They won that jam.
Fair and square.
Yes. We have less than 6 minutes left in the half.
Yikes.
There really has not been much for timeouts or anything of the sort. Sasquatch is jamming again against number 8-6, C. Meyer Rage. It's a blocker advantage for Connecticut. Only 3-4 out there for Lehigh Valley and Sasquatch. Quick lead goes to C. Meyer Age. And C. Meyer Age working the pack, scoring the points. 3 points for the Connecticut All-Stars.
We're going to take a quick look here at the beginning of this jam. Now, this is a move that any team can start practicing today if you have practice today, right?
Right.
So watch this.
Yep.
You read how the offense is set up. You can see Connecticut move back here. You can see Nikki come back. It makes that big open pocket.
Yep.
There's enough to drive a smart car through there.
Yep. And that's a good move against a back wall. Back 3 wall. If you get stuck in that position, you got to expect that offense could be coming from one side or the other. And lead again goes to MJ Slammer. Black Cherry on her tail. Looks like the blockers from Lehigh Valley are moving to the front. Slammer right through. Cherry still in the pack. Okay. Black Cherry also through for 4 points. MJ Slammer through to score again. Says that's good, calls it, scores 2 points. So that jam is a 6-4 jam in favor of Lehigh Valley All-Stars. And it looks like Connecticut has gone over the century mark to 105, and Lehigh Valley is sitting at 41. Now we have Voodoo jamming for Lehigh Valley against number 2006, Lady Trampler. Looks like Voodoo is lead. Recycled back though. I'm not sure if they're aware of their lead. They didn't know, now they know.
Now they know.
And they called it. So there, a 0-0 jam. Sometimes that's a win.
Well, the last person to tell her she was lead would be Lady Trampler, who was trying to sneak. He recognized what was going on, and I think.
Yeah. Okay, so we have Barb Dwyer up, jamming against number 8-6 C. Maya Rage. A 4-3 blocker advantage for Lehigh Valley. Barb Dwyer pushing towards the center of the pack. Working against that tripod from Connecticut. And C. Maya Rage has grabbed lead jammer for Connecticut. Barb Dwyer still in the pack. Has 2 more blockers to beat. They do. C. Maya Rage grabs 4 points. Looking at the bench for information, is told to run it. So we're going to see if Barb Dwyer can make the best of this opportunity to make it through and score more points. Lehigh Valley is doing a good job of stopping C. Maya Rage on this second scoring pass, making it hard for them. And it looks like Barb Dwyer has a star pass to the pivot. Says, I've scored a lot of points. I'm willing to pass this now. Scores.
On the timeout.
Yeah.
So a good instant replay is not always about apex jumps and big hits. Sometimes you just have a great example of finishing and going all the way to the line. You watch this right there. You can see. You look in the corner of turn 1. You watch
Outside
this
corner.
all the way and gets that nice.
And again.
And again, it gets that nice push out.
It looks like you have to double tap. You have to double tap against those Lehigh Valley jammers.
Yeah, that's right.
And right now we're having an official review. It looks like by the Connecticut All-Stars. And I will try to run over and get information about what the review is
All right.
about.
That sounds good. I'll wait here patiently.
Okay.
As Sasquatch does the chainsaw start dance, I think is what that was.
Ah. So how about these Connecticut All-Stars? I would say so far this weekend performing better than they're ranked.
I think so, and I think I believe Connecticut just played Maine roller derby recently.
Last Saturday.
And
they beat them by 20 points. And I think at that game, Maine roller derby was ranked 91st.
Yeah, so.
And Lehigh Valley, or Connecticut, was ranked 108. So that was a big rankings upset as well. So
the next time we get some rankings, this will be very interesting to see how Connecticut fares.
Yes, definitely. They definitely scored a big score against Quebec and big score against Maine, and this game isn't over yet, but how it's looking right now is like if nothing changes, they're on their way having another good score. And I am going to try to find that information. I'll be right back.
All right, and while we're waiting for that information, who do we have on the line? We have Guilty Pleasure in 1851 Sasquatch. Sasquatch, I should say. No one's out just yet, but Guilty Pleasures on the inside has all kinds of room. Sasquatch gets pushed off out of turn 2. Guilty Pleasures now comes around turn 2. Looks on the inside, lots of space there. Squash still tied up. Guilty Pleasures will make another pass. Oh, there was just every kind of room there. Great job by the offense to make some space there. And just like that, the jam's over with 8 more points for Connecticut All-Stars. Hey, and our stream's back to where it should be. And not only is the stream back, but guess what? Bounty's back as well. Bounty, what did you learn?
Hi, I can tell you that they did not retain their review, but I cannot tell you what it was about because they wouldn't tell me, and it was like 2 jams later. And I was like,
Everybody, okay, well, maybe later. We'll find out.
Maybe later. So now there's 20 seconds left in the period. We have Lady Trampler up against MJ Slammer from Lehigh Valley.
And
Lady Trampler,
Trampler's through.
Slammer half a track behind. Looks like Connecticut setting up for offense in the back.
Gonna see a back block.
Track cut.
Track cut.
So now MJ Slammer is continuing on.
Track cut. We've already gone to the intermission clock.
Yes, so the scoreboard is off right now, so we switched to the jam timer. Oh, and it popped
There we
back
go.
on.
The jam timer is still active. All right, so we're still playing roller derby here. Rolling spill in the front stretch. Most of the pack still here coming out of turn 4. 4 points have been picked up by Lehigh Valley. What did you learn?
Well, they came and found me. How nice.
That's fantastic.
Yes. They said, oh, we can come over here each time if you want us to. I'm like, sure,
Yep.
that'd be great. Connecticut wanted a track cut call issued to the Pink Jammer from Lehigh Valley. And it was seen by the referees that the initiator of the block that knocked the jammer out of bounds did go out of bounds themselves. So the no call stood.
All right.
And Connecticut did not retain their official review for the half. So right now we have the Lehigh Valley All-Stars have scored 12 points. And Trampler is out.
And now clear.
And scoring
4.
4 points of their own. And Slammer is scoring on another scoring pass. Has scored at least a point there. At least 3, probably. And also 4 more for Connecticut. So that finishes up as a 16-8 jam. Nice way to end the half for Lehigh Valley All-Stars, bringing the score to 128-61.
All right, fantastic. So we're going to give, let's do our sponsor read, New England Roller Derby Report. We'd like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. I actually met Sociopath today for the first time.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom sewn-to-order legwear for teams and individuals. Size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopath also offers dozens of armband and helmet cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details. That's what you should be doing during the half. So if you're wondering what you should do for the next 14 minutes, that's it. Go see sociopath.ca. Check them out. Okay, so and then the next thing we're going to do before we shut down for the half, I'm going to run this premiere again for all of you at home. This is a little side project that we're working on. A little roller derby side hustle, if you will.
How are we going to do this next jam?
Same as last time. Skate fast, turn left, jam line, pivot line, win time. Let's get this W, Ferda.
Berta. Well, if that's how you want it, pop them on it. Let's get on it.
Well, you're the pivot. Let's get with it.
All right, so we will see you all in a few minutes. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. All right, we're back with Tina Turner in the background. What's love got to do with it? That's, I believe, from the Private Dancer album. I think. How's everyone doing? We've got 2 minutes before we're back to action here. And you can see here in center track, coming into turn one, that is the Derby Zamboni. That's a great little shop vac. It's a cordless DeWalt shop vac. I have the same one at home. I'm going to end up using it to clean the dust off of all the equipment here. I don't dare look inside of the computer case to see how bad that is, but the Nerd Derby motto is stream till it melts, and we'll do the same thing again today. That Molson Canadian half shirt being worn by the Lehigh Valley All-Stars coach is amazing. Is amazing. Hey, here comes Bounty.
Music's funny.
Yeah, what's love got to do with it? That's Tina Turner. So when we went into that halftime, there was an official review called by Lehigh Valley. You have some information on that?
Yes, they came over to me and they're like, hey, you know what? Want to know what that official review is about? I was like, oh, there's an official review? But as to not lose it without using it, Lehigh Valley wanted a penalty issued to the Connecticut All-Stars pivot on the very final jam of the first half, saying that they thought that that player had low blocked the jammer from Lehigh Valley. Upon review, the referees said that they believed the contact was legal, so the no call stood, and they did not retain their official review.
All right, now we have it.
Right, and it looks like in 5 seconds we'll be starting the second half with Lady Trampler up against Sasquatch from Lehigh Valley. Unless there's some sort of tomfoolery, those will be
I don't
worth
think
jamming.
so. I don't think there'll be any tomfoolery.
No. Doesn't mean that there is never any tomfoolery.
Nope. No, I was watching. I don't even remember what game it was, but I think it was a playoff game. Maybe it was Rose City who would swap jammers at the last second.
Oh, and some teams would swap whole lines.
Yes, yeah.
Like 10 players out there.
That's that frightens me, just because I have seen jams where the correct number of players were not fielded.
Exactly. I think it scares the officials too, who have to record who's playing. Looks like Lady Trampler had one blocker to beat. Now is lead jammer. Sasquatch still working their way through the pack.
There's a spill. Almost knocked a helmet.
Yes.
Didn't go all the way down there. It didn't look like there was any impact there.
Trampler on their scoring pass. I don't know if they like to be called Trampler, so Lady Trampler decides to run it. Sasquatch comes in for their scoring pass. Working against those blockers.
We've seen a few spills here. I wonder if vacuuming up the concrete dust has now made the floor slippery.
Hard to say. That was some sweet defense of Trampler's apex jump on the last corner there. That jam.
Early in the jam, we saw, this is the initial lead jammer designation. Watch this fantastic offensive move here. Coming up out of the pack, makes some space.
And Trampler senses the help.
That's one right there to take home, to take to your next practice and say, hey, let's watch this. Watch some footage
of how you can help your jammer too. And now we have I don't have the rosters in front of me, MJ Slammer from Lehigh Valley up against, I'm really not sure. The scoreboard doesn't know either.
That's C. Maya Rage.
C. Maya Rage from Connecticut, who also has lead. Is going through the pack. Calls off the jam. And that is a 2-2-2 pass for a total of 5-2 for the jam. So now the score is 137 to 67 for Connecticut Valley All-Stars. Looks like they are just over doubling Lehigh Valley at this time. So we have Black Cherry.
There's a roster.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Up against Hustlepuff. Black Cherry up on the inside gets lead. Hustlepuff still working against that tripod of Connecticut. Looks like number Sinan Sonic is sent to the box for Connecticut. And penalty is issued to the Lehigh Valley Jammer Hustlepuff. Black Cherry around to score again for a total of 8 points so far. On a power jam, a blocker disadvantage. And some sweet offense from Crazy Legs Nikki from Connecticut. And it looks like the pack is destroyed in a split pack fashion. And it's finally restored. Hustlepuff is working through again. On a scoring pass, I believe, not sure. Another 4 points is scored by Black Cherry, bringing their total up to 20. Black Cherry scores another 4 points for 24. We have 10 seconds left in the jam. I wonder if Black Cherry can score any more. They attempt an apex jump, not quite successful. And the jam is called. No additional points scored by Black Cherry, and no points scored for Hustlepuff. So that leaves this jam as 25 24 for Connecticut and 0 for Lehigh Valley. Now we have Lady Trampler up against Barbed Wire. That time I cheated by listening to the house announcer. And lead goes to Lady Trampler. Barbed Wire still working against that tripod of Connecticut. Braced now by number 24, Kilty Pleasure. Only Kilty Pleasure and Barbed Wire left at the top of the pack. A forearm penalty goes to Kilty Pleasure, who has a different name than what her roster says, what our roster says.
Oh.
Some people have more than one Derby name, though. I know I have shirts that say Susan, Malice Borealis, Bounty, Rustic Bounty, so you never know. As long as the number's right.
And you take someone like Lammy from Western Mass.
Yeah, or it's changing every season.
Every season. Sometimes it's different for different games, I think.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy everything about that skater.
Yep, me too.
And now we have Sasquatch for Lehigh Valley, and I don't see, I see the Connecticut jammer, number 86, Seamire Rage, up talking to her blockers, talking about what they want from them and what works for everyone, which is basically usually, hey, let's hold the other jammer and score all the points.
Let's do it.
I think that's basically what most of the talks come down to.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say to my jammer, what can I do for you to help you get lead? Because I really want you to. What can we do for you? It's hard being a jammer. You're taking the brunt of the hits. You have to make important decisions, as we saw in that 10 a.m. game between Twin States and Anchors and Rollers.
There were some
decisions made.
Decisions made. Yes, great way to put it. There were some decisions made
That led to a tie.
that led to it. Yep.
So that was exciting.
Yes. That's another game that everyone should go back and review.
Now we have C. Maya Rage up for Connecticut versus, is that our Lady Sasquatch? Yes, it is. Sasquatch has 1-2 blockers to beat in the front. Those blockers able to hold Sasquatch, and lead goes to Connecticut with C. Maya Rage. Sasquatch still working hard, coming up against Crazy Leg Nikki. C. Maya Rage through for 4 points. Sasquatch out on their initial pass.
If I were making an all-nerd derby team, Crazy Legs Nikki is one of my first picks.
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
And 4 more points scored by C. Maya Rage. Sasquatch in the box for a penalty. A 4-2 blocker advantage for Connecticut as well. The Lehigh Valley blockers who will remain doing their best to get together to do some sort of zone coverage.
Oh, fantastic knockout.
And a nice last minute effort, second effort by Lehigh Valley. That blocker also went out of bounds, but the jammer didn't see it, so That was totally to their advantage. Worth it. Sasquatch making their way through and receiving a high block penalty. 12 seconds left in the jam. C. Maya Rage with 16 points so far. Getting some help from Crazy Legs Nikki, who just basically had to stand there.
Yep.
Sometimes positional blocking is all you need. The thought of somebody hitting you is all you need.
Yeah, I guess I just don't want to.
So that jam, 20 points to Connecticut All-Stars, 3 points to Lehigh Valley All-Stars. Lehigh Valley All-Stars, I feel you. I feel you. As a player who played Connecticut yesterday, I feel you, and I'm looking forward to playing Lehigh Valley All-Stars tomorrow. I'm hoping it will be a close game. And Black Cherry from Connecticut All-Stars grabbing lead jammer status. Sasquatch still in the box. Looks like Sasquatch is now standing. Black Cherry has scored 4 points. Sasquatch is out of the box on their initial pass. Black Cherry threw for 4 more points, making it 8 total so far. Sasquatch passes the star to Helen Derink. Helen Derink, I like it. And Black Cherry goes to the penalty box.
Yeah, I thought that was...
track cut. Helen Derink, pivot turn jammer, now on a power jam, scoring 4 points already. It's like a 4-3 blocker advantage for Lehigh Valley, along with, of course, the power jam advantage. 4 more points scored by Helen Derink, making it an 8-8 jam so far, unless Black Cherry has some in the pocket. Helen Derink up for their 3rd scoring pass. And good track awareness by Helen Derink. The blocker who hit them out fell, and Helen Derink jumped right back in. Black Cherry threw for another 4 points. Helen Derink still working at the back of the pack. 12 seconds left in the jam. Let's see how these points wash out at the end here. Looks like a lot of falling in the pack there.
I have to give, if I'm going to give an award for the determination award, earlier in that jam, we saw 32 Graceful Dread try to move 362 Natty Lightweight, and it was a valiant effort.
It was the right thing. Sometimes your brain says, this is what I should do.
This is what I should do.
And I love it when they go for it.
It was fantastic.
It was the right thing to do. Now we have Kilty Pleasure up for Connecticut, up against MG Slam Her from Lehigh Valley. MJ right behind Kilty Pleasure. Kilty Pleasure has the lead jammer status. MJ engaging in some jammer on jammer blocking.
No points.
That's what we should call that. Jammer on jammer blocking.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. It's just that much more accurate.
Yes.
It's descriptive.
It is. People know what it means. Thinking of a local hospital up where I live that changed their name to something that has nothing to do with the area. And so we're
really?
So it's no longer the Aroostook Medical Center, it's Northern Lights Healthcare. Could be anywhere in the north.
Yeah. There's a lot north,
yes.
Even from Aroostook County.
Yeah. Not a lot in the U.S., but...
No, not a lot in the U.S., but there is...
And so C. Maya Rage from Connecticut has grabbed the jammer status from Barb Dwyer. It's about a half track length ahead, going in for their scoring pass. Coming against the wall of Lehigh Valley. Does not have all the points yet. Looks like they will continue. And 4 points scored by Barb Dwyer. 4 points also scored by C. Maya Rage. They're willing to call that good. And if there was an actual race of jammers, like a jammer skating race,
yeah,
Barb Dwyer would have won that one. If that's what Derby was about.
If that's what Derby was about.
I really have to appreciate the Lehigh Valley coaches' outfits. I think they are awesome.
They committed.
They are committed, and They have follow through, and I think that says a lot about a coaching staff.
Yes.
So now we have Black Cherry from Connecticut up against Hustlepuff from Lehigh Valley. Black Cherry with an apex jump gets lead jammer status. That was a nice apex jump. Hustlepuff still working against 3 Lehigh Valley jammers, or blockers, I should say. Black Cherry through for 4 points. Hustlepuff up against that tripod. Black Cherry through for 4 more points for 8 total. Hustlepuff spins around the Connecticut blocker, makes it through. Black Cherry through to score more, getting a push assist from number 340, Sinan Sonic at the front. Hustlepuff through scoring points as well. Black Cherry through for 4 more points, making this so far a 16-point jam to a 4-point jam. Crazy Legs Nikki back to play offense. Don't know if more points were scored there. 1 more goes up on the board for Connecticut, making that 17 for the Connecticut All-Stars and 4 points for the Lehigh Valley All-Stars. Lehigh Valley approaching the 100 mark, approaching the century mark. We believe in you here at Nerd Derby that you can achieve this.
There's plenty of time. It's 10 points, and you've got a quarter to do it in.
Yeah, I believe in you.
I mean, not that I'm pulling for 18, one or the other, but
Yeah,
I like to see everyone do well and achieve all of their hopes and dreams.
no. Yes. And I think, with lead jammer, MJ Slammer could make it happen this
This could be it.
This could be it. They'll be like, I'll show you how quickly I can make this happen. 4 points for MJ
4 prophesized points
Slammer.
right there.
And it looks like the Lady Trampler is in the box, actually. So MJ Slammer is on a power jam, making that century mark this jam much more attainable. And makes it through. 8 points scored so far. 2 points away. The Connecticut blockers graced by Winterstein. 4 more points for MJ Slammer, bringing Lehigh Valley's score to 102. Lady Trampler passes to Philly Cheese Skates. I love that name. And MJ Slammer continuing to run the jam. Cheese through on the outside, scoring 4 points of their own. MJ Slammer approaching the pack again. Calls off the jam. Looks like they scored 1 additional point, bringing the score to 225 to 107. That jam, 17-4, a big win for Lehigh Valley All-Stars. I think that's what they needed right now. I really enjoy an ever-increasingly close game. I enjoy a big comeback. I enjoy cheering for the underdog in all sports. Not football.
All right.
So now we have C. Maya Rage for Connecticut Valley All-Stars up against Barbed Wire from Lehigh Valley. C. Maya Rage up against that tripod from Lehigh Valley. And it looks like Lead Jammer is going to Barbed Wire. Oh, no, not Lead Jammer. No pass, no penalty. C. Maya Rage did have lead, called it off. It's a 0-0 jam. So now we have Black Cherry up again for Connecticut Valley Connecticut All-Stars up against Voodoo from Lehigh Valley, who I don't actually know likes to be called Voodoo, so I'm going to say their whole name, Dolly Voodoo. Voodoo drawn back by number 5-3, your mom, and Black Cherry gets lead jammer status. Voodoo, Dolly Voodoo, working against that tripod for Connecticut in the front. Black Cherry's apex jump is stopped by Lehigh Valley, but then Black Cherry makes it through again for her first 4 points, for their first 4 points. And Dolly Voodoo stashed the star, one blocker to beat, makes it through. Black Cherry on their second scoring pass makes it through the final, makes it by the final blocker. Dolly Voodoo getting some assistance in the back of the pack from Greaves. Dolly Voodoo still working on this scoring pass. Black Cherry through for 12 so far. There's about 45 seconds left in this jam. Dolly Voodoo still working against those Connecticut blockers. Vile draws Dolly Voodoo back. Black Cherry by a Lehigh Valley blocker who received a forearm penalty. Now at 20 points. Dolly Voodoo still working hard. 12 seconds left in the jam. Dolly Voodoo's not stopping. Dolly Voodoo's still trying to make it through. And Black Cherry through for another 4 points. That's a 28-point jam. Wow, 28-4.
That's a big jam. That's one of the biggest jams of the weekend.
And I think now that we don't have the jammer lap point, it makes it even bigger, because it used to be that you would lap the pack, and if the jammer was embedded in the pack or in the box, that would be a 5-point pass in a Grand Slam. And let's say that happened 7 times as Black Cherry went on 7 scoring passes this time. That would have been 35 points, which is very rare too. So good job to Black Cherry and their blockers who helped them get through that many times, and good job to Dolly Voodoo for never giving up and staying clean and not getting a penalty, which, believe me, when you're tired like that at the end of the jam, it's really easy, like the last 5 seconds, to end up going to the box and being like, no. But Dolly Voodoo stayed clean and stayed smart and stayed out of the box, and it's a new jam. And it looks like we have number 2-4 for White, who we have as Kilty Pleasure. Their jersey says Winterstein, up against Hustlepuff, number 2-5 for Lehigh Valley. I don't think we've seen Winterstein jam or Kilty Pleasure jam yet this game, or have we?
I feel like we. Oh, you know what? I think they got a pass. Yeah.
Here we go. Connecticut and Kilty Pleasure / Winterstein getting lead jammer status. Hustlepuff passing the star to their pivot, and that was a successful star pass to number 5-3, Wayward Stay. Wayward Stay puts on the jammer cover, runs into number 8-9, Scorin Kierkegaard. Kierkegaard. Winterstein coming around for their second scoring pass. 8 points go on the board. This is a pretty good move by Connecticut All-Stars. You want, in a tournament like this, to keep your jammers rested, especially if you're running a 3-jammer rotation for the last 2 games. It's good to get some relief jamming in there. Looks like Cheese, the pivot, is going to the box for Connecticut All-Stars. And Wayward Stay is still working against the pack, that tripod of Connecticut. Wayward Stay decides, you know what? I'm a pivot, I'm a blocker, I'm just gonna block here because I can. Oh, almost makes it pass, does make it pass, stays in bounds, picks up 4 points. No, gets through on the initial pass. 16 points so far for Kilty Pleasure. Kilty Pleasure calls it off. points scored for Wayward Stay. If there were effort points, she would have scored some. Another big jam for Connecticut All-Stars, 16-0, bringing the score to 269 to 111. So now we have number 8-6, C. Maya Rage, jamming against MJ Slammer, Lehigh Valley. MJ Slammer, lead jammer status against C. Maya Rage. C. Maya Rage still dealing with a tripod of Lehigh Valley blockers. Make that 2 blockers as one went to the box. MJ Slammer threw on their initial scoring pass. C. Maya Rage coming around on their scoring pass. MJ Slammer is going to run it to work on that point differential. And C. Maya Rage threw for 4 points of their own. MJ Slammer calls it off. And a shout out to our OPRs. I know we haven't gotten the chance to really mention many of the officials, but I see Jennifer out there and Poppins and Shirley Catton. Shirley Catton. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. In the middle, it looks like we have, I don't know everybody's name, so I'm not going to try there. Black Cherry for Connecticut gets lead jammer about a quarter track behind Barbed Wire. And Black Cherry threw for 4 points. Barbed Wire threw for 4 points as well. Black Cherry up against 2 Lehigh Valley blockers. Oh, sweet move by Barbed Wire. Think about that one.
Let's see if we got that on the replay.
Okay, so that was a 12-8 jam for Connecticut All-Stars. Considering the point differential ratio right now, that's a statistical win for Lehigh Valley. But I think Black Cherry wanted to make the best of Lehigh Valley only having 2 blockers out on that jam. So you can see their reasoning for sure. Now looks like Lehigh Valley has a full contingent of blockers. And it looks like Sasquatch is out to jam. Looks like there's a timeout called by Connecticut. A big thank you to all of the officials for their hard work this weekend. The floor is hard on the skaters, but it's also hard on the skating officials. And concrete in general, I think, is hard for NSOs too.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't live in a city and you're not used to
standing on concrete all day long.
Yeah. So now it looks like we have Lady Trampler jamming for Connecticut up against Sasquatch from Lehigh Valley. Looks like the penalty box is empty. And Lady Trampler headed to the box. So no lead jammer established as of yet. Sasquatch working against Lehigh Valley blockers. Connecticut blockers. 2 blockers remain. 3. Just up against the tripod. No lead jammer status established as of yet. Sasquatch receiving lead jammer status for Lehigh Valley All-Stars. Coming around on their scoring pass. Exiting the box, Lady Trampler. Taking the helmet cover off. Sasquatch pushing against that tripod from Lehigh Valley. Lady Trampler stashes the helmet cover, comes around. Sasquatch still pushing against that tripod of blockers. Looks at her bench. They say, go ahead and call that off. We know that you scored points. We know that the other team didn't score any.
It's a win.
It is a win. Lehigh Valley won that jam 3-0, bringing the score to 285 for the Connecticut All-Stars to 129 for the Lehigh Valley All-Stars. Lining up for the next jam, we have MJ Slammer up against number 860 Maya Rage from Connecticut. We still have nobody in the penalty box. Crazy Legs Nikki drops back to play some offense. Not able to get through is Simaya Rage. Getting through with lead jammer is MJ Slammer. Simaya Rage still working their way in the pack. Helmet cover is off. Looks like the pass went to Crazy Legs Nikki. Nikki working at the front of the pack. Still not through that last Lehigh blocker. Makes it through. MJ Slammer at the back of the pack, already on their scoring pass. Deciding what to do. Dealing with one blocker in the front, decides to call it off. That gives 3 points for MJ Slammer and none for Connecticut All-Stars, just like the last jam. So that's 2 jams in a row for Lehigh Valley getting lead and 2 3-0 jams.
Now, you can probably attest to this and tell me if I'm completely crazy, but I think the Crazy Legs Nikki reminds me of
Allison Donovan?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I was thinking that earlier.
That's
I was like, I
exactly
bet
what I was going to say.
Chad of Allison Donovan. Yeah, I can see the similarity.
Well, all right. I guess I'm not so crazy.
I think the skating stance is a little different, but the way they interact with the pack is very similar. Yeah. It would be great to see an Allison Donovan come back. But we can't always have what we want.
Nope.
And lead jammer for Connecticut goes to Black Cherry. Allison Donovan actually is now Allison Reisinger.
Reisinger.
Yes, congratulations if you're watching Allison Reisinger. Congratulations on your marriage. And Black Cherry is through for 4 more points. And a sweet apex jump on the inside there, bringing Black Cherry to 8 points. Dolly Voodoo still in the pack. Passes to Wayward Stay. Wayward Stay working against the tripod of Connecticut in the front, receiving some offense from number 612 Thompson. Black Cherry at 12 points, coming around on another scoring pass, makes their way through the pack. Coming up behind Wayward Stay. Wayward Stay coming up to potentially score points. Black Cherry also on a scoring pass. Wayward Stay drawn back by Sinan Sonic. Sinan Sonic getting a backblock penalty and going to the box. Wayward Stay, some jammer blocking jammer action out there, or jammer blocking jammer blocking.
Jammer blocking jammer blocking. Yeah, that makes complete sense.
Yes.
You can put punctuation in there wherever you feel like it.
That's right. So an additional 3 points for Wayward Slay, an additional 3 points for Black Cherry. That brings the jam totals to 20 for the Connecticut, 23 for Connecticut All-Stars, and 7 for Lehigh Valley All-Stars. Now, when the helmet cover gets passed, it goes to the pivot, and the pivot is a blocker put in a bad situation, in a not ideal situation. And I always admire a pivot that keeps fighting. I always admire a pivot that manages to stay clean in their bad, frantic situation.
Yep.
Stay calm and cool. So to all you pivots out there who are receiving star passes, we see you, and we appreciate the work you do for your teams. And I feel like if you're a pivot and you're staying clean, that's a win.
I think this weekend I have seen more often that clean pivot play after taking the star, and it has paid off because I've seen at least 4 instances where the opposing jammer does pick up a penalty before calling it off.
Yes, and then you have a pivot turn jammer power jam.
Yes.
Or a power start. So shout out to those pivots, doing a great job this weekend. On the Connecticut bench, this game, it seems like, and I don't know if they're always coaching Connecticut, but telling the jammer when to call it off is Honey Badger from the Montreal News Kids on the Block.
Oh.
Yeah. And I say, lucky Connecticut.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're their permanent coach or they're a guest coach, but it seems like a good choice. And another shout out to the amazing commitment to outfits by the Lehigh Valley All-Stars.
They're in it to win it.
They are. There was a competition this weekend so far. I'd call them the winners. I do say that Quebec always seems to impress with their outfits. Although, I don't notice those things when I'm playing. So I'm not sure, but usually there's some pretty great outfits.
Well, you're now in the position of being able to kind of sit and watch what's happening.
Yeah. So I can call winners.
Yeah.
I can call coach outfit winners.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you have that. I think it's actually written somewhere in an announcer handbook that.
And, coaches, you have one more day. You have one more day to impress us.
Step it up.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't like to discuss people's appearances much, but come on. When you come out here looking fabulous, I mean, that's some boss-ass shit right there.
Whoa!
Like that's
pulling out the language. I like it because that is what it is.
That is what it is.
Yes.
I'm not gonna skirt the obvious, folks.
No, Chad is calling that the right way. So it looks like we're having an official review, and I'm hoping maybe somebody will come over and tell me what it's about.
Yeah, it looks as if it is about something.
Yeah.
We're not just using this as a
and it looks
timeout.
like it's the Lehigh Valley All-Stars that are calling the review. And it looks like it's been discussed, and it looks like Shanksy, the head ref, is giving an answer.
Shanksy is another ref I see everywhere.
Yes. Shanksy refs for Montreal. I think also used to ref for Vermont for Green Mountain as well back in the day. And I see Dirk Shearer in the middle too. And I see White Noise. The front IPR, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are.
Oh,
but
that's okay.
That doesn't mean anything. All right, so we have one more game after this. And if you're at the venue and happen to be listening to this, why would you be?
Why would you do that?
You should be watching the Derby. But if you're listening and one of your friends is here and you think they would make a good announcer on the Nerd Derby stream,
yeah, get on over here.
Send them over to Chad here in turn 3.
Yep.
He would be happy to have somebody.
Yes, I definitely would.
Okay.
MJ Slammer and Kilty Pleasures have taken the line and taken the stars for what is likely the final jam. And it's going to be Kilty Pleasure, who is our lead jammer. Bounty is getting a little information for us right now. Kilty Pleasure's through for 4.
Oh, it does. Okay, because they got
almost fell, but didn't. Recovered nicely was MJ Slammer. Bounty, what did you learn?
I learned that the Lehigh Valley asked for the backup penalty to the white blocker, one white blocker be upgraded to an expulsion. The refs talked about it and decided that that back block in particular should not be upgraded, but that a different back block by the white team was expulsion worthy. So,
Okay.
So white blocker number 10 Nautical Vial was expelled for an egregious back block. And it looks like this will be the last jam of the game.
Yeah.
We have MJ Slammer with 12 points, not lead. Or are they lead?
They're not
they're
lead.
in the box.
Yeah.
They're in the box.
24 was.
Oh, Kilty Pleasure
Yeah.
is in the box and was lead jammer. So now we have MJ Slammer coming around scoring points, up to 12 points. And Kilty Pleasure released, received 4 points. MJ Slammer also received 4 points. 15 points left in the jam. Let's see what these jammers have in the tank. Looks like Kilty Pleasure from their 30-second break.
Yep.
Has a lot of energy.
A little extra gas.
MJ Slammer working at the back of the pack there. That is the last jam.
So we'll tally up points now.
So that jam was a win for Lehigh Valley with 19 points, 16 points for Connecticut. However, the final score is in favor of the Connecticut All-Stars, 324 to Lehigh Valley All-Stars, 158.
All right. So let's do, I'm going to do another shout out here for Sociopath, our production sponsor. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom sewn-to-order legwear for teams and individuals. Size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopath also offers dozens of armbands and helmet covers, options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details. And that's it. That's a final score now, 324 to 158, Connecticut over Lehigh Valley. So that's it. We're going to go away, and then we're going to come back for one more game. Bounty, thank you so much for joining me on this broadcast.
Thank you for having me again, Chad, and thank you so much for coming to the tournament.
My pleasure. It's been a fantastic event thus far. All right, everybody, we will be back in probably something like, I don't know, 24 minutes.